Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Bitcoin turned bullish today in the short term, and this could lead to a pretty nice run up for Bitcoin itself and for other cryptocurrencies. So we're definitely now moving in the right direction. We want to make sure that that continues and that we remain above those certain key levels. I'm also going to go over some news today, but as you can see over the past 24 hours, cryptos are doing pretty well. We have the beginning of a slight move higher here, as you can see, quite green across the board, and really Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are moving in the right direction. Like I said, we're going to cover everything in our technical analysis in just a second. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates, and make sure to check out my premium content where you can find monthly cryptocurrency buying opportunities as well as high return cryptocurrencies. Link to both those things in the description of this video. And let's get started with some news here. As you can see, a US class action lawsuit was filed against the Nano developers from investors, basically demanding a recovery fork for the lost funds in the BitGrail hack/drama. So this is likely going to affect Nano, and it already is affecting it a bit in the short term. But really, what's important to realize here is when there's this type of drama, it usually lasts quite some time, and every time you think that it's over with, some news comes out and it lingers on for usually longer than people expect. So I'd say don't be surprised if there's more that comes out of this. But for now, it's nothing really to worry about. It's nothing surprising, I should say. Let's take a look at Bitcoin now. So Bitcoin bounced off that $6,500 mark yesterday, and we're now getting a confirmation candlestick of us moving higher. We're now back above $7,000, and we're popping above the blue downtrend line in the short term. So this is a very good sign. This is exactly what we wanted to see happen. At this point, it's pretty likely that we start moving towards $7,500, $7,600. That's more or less where the middle band is at. So there's going to be some resistance there, but if we manage to break out of this downtrend line successfully and really hold above that level, we should be able to consolidate in a much safer area, being less at the edge of our support level, and really, slowly but surely moving towards $8,000, hopefully getting back above that, and then, moving towards $9,000. That's really where we want to see Bitcoin heading, and it looks like it has every chance of doing so. Right now, we got a positive crossover that just happened on the MACD. Not the strongest crossover, but definitely a good sign here. And we want to make sure that that happens as well on the histogram. Shouldn't have too much trouble with that if we continue to move higher over the next few days. And the RSI broke above its downtrend line. That's a very good sign, right? We're really waiting on that, and that is a good bullish signal right there. So Bitcoin is looking good here, and if it continues in this direction, we could see a pretty nice market run up. Let's go over to Ethereum next. Ethereum looking pretty good here as well. We are now beginning a slight uptrend on all three indicators. The RSI is back above the 30 line. That's a very good sign. We're really putting in some nice higher highs, higher lows here on the RSI, and hopefully that's going to follow up with the price. So as you can see, the Bollinger Bands are starting to flat out. Same thing on the middle band. We're hopefully going to start moving back towards $450. And there's a lot of resistance in that area. We also want to get back above the red downtrend line. That's going to be very key, right? If we manage to get back above that red downtrend line, that's going to be a very bullish signal. So definitely pay attention to that. That's what's really been causing this whole downtrend, is the red downtrend line right here. And, we're going to know pretty soon here. Over the next few days, we should be able to get back above, start moving higher in that $400 range. And then, hopefully within the next week, maybe 2 weeks at the most, we should be able to get back above that red downtrend line if the market allows it, if there's enough strength. Let's take a look at Litecoin next and see what's happening. So Litecoin a little bit more flat here. With that being said, it has been acting stronger than Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's just in a better position overall, so it's not really anything to be worried about. We got a nice bounce off that RSI downtrend line, so we're moving higher again. And right now, like I said, the price is still a bit flat. Same thing on the MACD and histogram. That's probably going to continue a little bit longer just because we do have some time until we get to our red downtrend line. But, within the next 2 weeks, I think we could make a move, an attempt at least, to break out of that downtrend line. And if the market is strong enough, I think we'll really see a lot of cryptos push higher. Let's take a look at Nano. So like I said, Nano did undergo some drama today with the news of the class action lawsuit, and it was affected by it. We actually dropped temporarily below 70,000 Satoshis, but what's a very good sign is that we're now moving back above that level, and that's actually a great sign, because if we started to move lower in this 60,000 Satoshi range, I think we could move down to 50,000 Satoshis. At this point, that looks like it may be avoided, and that we're just going to continue our consolidation between 70,000 and 80,000 for the time being. We want to make sure that keep an eye on those two levels, because a break of either of those areas will be, where Nano will probably be heading next. So let's take a look at Ripple and see what's going on. I'm going to go over to Bittrex here. Ripple is now moving back towards 50 cents. This is a very good sign. And hopefully we're going to start pushing closer to 65 cents next. I definitely think that's probably going to happen over the next 2 weeks. The RSI broke out of the downtrend line as well today. We want to make sure that the MACD and histogram start picking up the pace as well. Probably going to see, a little bit of consolidation and a little bit of a slower price action between 50 and 65 cents. But hopefully, sooner rather than later, we'll start to really break even higher. We will need to see Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies turn even more bullish, though, for that to happen. But I think we're definitely going to be moving higher towards 65 cents next year for Ripple. Let's take a look at Neo and see what's going on. So Neo is currently now putting in a higher high and higher low compared to the previous candlestick. It looks like beginning a slight uptrend, especially on the MACD and histogram. We still want to really get a little bit higher on the RSI. Hopefully a break above that 40 line is going to be a good sign, because that's where we're facing some resistance. And our middle band is at $56, so there's going to be some resistance at that level. That also based on previous candlesticks, anywhere around $60 is really where there's some resistance. So there's going to be a bit of a struggle there, and we may consolidate, but at this point I think that unless the rest of the market flips back towards the downside and everything, I don't see us dropping back below $43. Let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Stellar, and see what's going on. So Stellar is actually not looking the best right here. We are still pretty flat, so no major drop, but we did break out of our short-term downtrend line, which isn't the best sign. With that being said, it's probably because we just need to consolidate a little bit more. As you can see, our Bollinger Bands are still pretty flat, so that explains kind of why we're still in this tight range. Also, still trading between 2,500 and 3,000 Satoshis. Indicators not looking too bad, still have a slight uptrend going on, but we're really just waiting for Stellar to be ready to start kicking higher again, and that's going to have a lot to do with the Bollinger Bands, right? And as soon as they start expanding, or if we're able to get a big push higher, that's going to be, our cue to then know that Stellar is going to be, getting a bit of a breakout. For now, though, probably going to see a little bit more consolidation. As soon as we get back above 3,000 Satoshi, sorry, that's when we can expect Stellar to start picking up the pace. Let's go next towards Vertcoin and see what's going on. So right now, Vertcoin is not looking too bad. We've been holding up pretty decently, and we're now moving back towards $2.20. All indicators are holding up very nicely. We have some nice space on the Bollinger Bands to move higher still, so I feel like we're going to be probably testing that $2.20 mark over the next few days, and a good chance that we even break above that, and then we start moving closer to $2.50. It's going to take a little bit of time to get back to $3.23, but at this point, it does look possible. Vertcoin is holding up well. And let's go over next to Lisk, see what's happening. So I'm going to go over to Bittrex, and Lisk is now putting in a little bit of a short-term uptrend, which is great. It is also uptrending in the short term on all three of its indicators, and it's looking pretty sturdy here. So at this rate, we're going to be able to get a test of that $10 mark very quickly here over the next few days. And if we manage to get back above that, that will already be a very good sign. Ideally, we want to get back above $12.15, and we do have a lot of resistance ahead for Lisk. We want to get above this red downtrend line as well, so I think it's going to take a little bit of time. Could take, around 3 more weeks until we really break out of this downtrend line, but I think we're going to be heading in the right direction here. Let's take a look next at Cardano and see what's going on. So Cardano is currently still between 2,000 and 2,500 Satoshis, still very steady on its uptrend on the indicators, and we have a pretty nice green candlestick right here, so hopefully we're going to be moving towards 2,500 Satoshis, and then start breaking higher towards 3,000 and then eventually 4,000 Satoshis. I think the price is right now kind of trailing behind what the indicators are doing. So as you can see, the indicators have already began a nice sturdy slight uptrend. I think the price will follow shortly here. Let's take a look at IOTA next and see what's happening. So IOTA is currently back above $1. This is a very good sign. This is what we wanted to see happen, and it also broke above its downtrend line on the RSI. So good indicators here. Looks pretty strong. Nice space towards the upside based on the Bollinger Bands, all the way up to $1.47. So could start moving make a move above $1.13. That's going to be a very good sign. And then probably going to see some consolidation between $1.13 and $1.47 until we're ready to make that next leg higher. With that being said, this is the end of the daily crypto update. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my Twitter and my premium content. Once again, link to both those in the description. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.